With Halloween behind us, I can finally emerge from my hiding hole and enjoy some non-spooky indie games again, from a beat-em-up featuring a Robin Hood-type character set in colonial Taiwan, to a serene game about unpacking moving boxes, to a Martian exploration game coming sometime in the future, which reminds me of a cross between Valheim and Subnautica. Let's get right into it. If you enjoy finding new indie games, click the like button and consider subscribing to see more of my videos. Both things help the channel grow and help other indie game fans like you find us too, so thanks. I stream twice a week, Thursday and Saturday at noon Eastern Time, here on YouTube and on Twitch and Facebook Gaming, so join us. I'll be doing a couple giveaways this week too. Without further ado, here's this week's indie update. Let's start with The Legend of Tian Ding, a beat-em-up with an adorable comic book art style. This is available on PC via Steam and is published by Neon Doctrine, who have recently put out games like Lamentum and Jak Axe, which I had a really fun time with. Tian Ding is a savior of sorts to the downtrodden and oppressed people of colonial Taiwan, and he'll do everything in his power to steal from the rich and corrupt and give back to his people. However, he is constantly on the run from authorities, so much so that people barely recognize him when they do see him. While the character animation in between gameplay sections leaves a lot to be desired, looking akin to a mobile game actually, the gameplay is a lot of fun, from kicking some bad guy butt, grabbing their billy club or pole staff and then smacking their friends upside the head with it. You can even pick up guns and bombs and small talismans and other objects to help you become more effective with these weapons. There are also combos to learn and use, and by the end of my 3 to 4 hour play session, I was combining moves into chain combos that were reminiscent of Smash Bros. The gameplay is a lot of fun here, and the story is deep, with lots of little history elements and lore to be found in the items you pick up. But I did think the narrative sequences were just a little too long. Like, I wanted to learn the story, but at the same time I'm playing a game, not reading a book. I had a lot of fun overall playing The Legend of Tian Ding. I just wish I'd gotten to play more and read a little bit less, especially early on. If you want to play this or any other game featured in the video, Steam links are located in the description below. Up next, we have Unpacking, which landed at the number 2 spot on my top 10 upcoming games of November, and having now played it, it could have made the number 1 spot. For those of you who enjoy casual games, especially those with a soothing soundtrack and lots of little Easter eggs to be found, you owe it to yourself to play Unpacking. This one comes from a small team at Witchbeam Games in Australia, and is a far cry from their last game, Assault Android Cactus, which was a bullet hell twin-stick shooter. The most action you'll get in Unpacking is, well, none. It's quite a relaxing affair, as you're able to take your time and sort through your belongings and find each one a new place as you move into a new space. This plays out over several years, beginning with your first room as a child, then moving to college, and so on, with a new page being added to the scrapbook of your life. Along the way, you'll bring some familiar items and learn a bit more about yourself, your goals and ambitions, your hobbies, and the people you live with. The story, as vague as it is, does wrap up nicely at the end without tying up all the loose ends, which is my favorite type of ending since I can still imagine what happens after this chapter closes. The gameplay is very pleasing too, with a place for everything, and eventually everything in its place. It's like if Marie Kondo and Tetris had a baby. Home decoration on shelves and invisible grids with very little room for error, but you never feel stressed about it either. Like I mentioned, there are several little Easter eggs that can grant you stickers and Steam achievements if you need something to work on after you've finished the game. It has a nice photo mode to showcase your room after you've finished, and even a GIF maker to show your entire unpacking process in each room. I enjoyed sharing some of these in our Discord server. Speaking of which, if you aren't already part of the many ongoing conversations there, you should join us using the link in the description. You can chat with lots of other indie game fans, myself included, and get alerts for live streams and giveaways too. Unpacking is available now on PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, Humble, and GOG, and on Nintendo Switch and Xbox One, including Game Pass. Arcos is another game that I mentioned in my top 10 of the month, and now that I've spent some time with it, I think it may be flying a bit under the radar. The thick voxel art style is wonderful, and the game utilizes a lot of destructible elements for progression and hiding secrets in every level. You'll crawl your way through 7 levels, each one bringing you new wands and more information on your missing wizardry teacher, and each culminating with a boss fight. While the first dungeon, I felt, was very simple and easy, things stepped up a bit in the second and progressively so on the third and so on. While you'll acquire more powerful wands and weapons, they will drain more of your mana, so be on the lookout for those purple mana potions or refill pools so you can keep hammering away the enemies without much trouble. I did unfortunately have to give this game up after about 45 minutes when I started to become very motion sick, so if that's something you struggle with, you might want to keep that in mind. It's a pretty and fun little game with simple run and gun mechanics, and the bosses and level design just get better over time. though I wish that I was able to dive deeper into the world of Arcos. You can check it out now on PC via Steam. I've got one more casual game for you, this time in the form of a lovely puzzle platformer called Where Cards Fall. You'll explore the imagination and memories of a child in this coming-of-age story, where you'll use cards to bridge gaps, step up to higher levels, weigh down floaty clouds, and so on. Upon finishing each level, you'll be shown a small snippet of the protagonist's life, and while at first I was very confused by the different characters and having trouble keeping them and the narrative straight, after about an hour I had a solid hold on what was happening and was really enjoying the story. While it isn't clearly spelled out with words or voiceover, there are some noises akin to The Sims dialogue, just garbled nonsense that still put a smile on my face. And the gameplay, while simple in premise, can get a bit tricky, even early on in the game. You can place these movable decks of cards that you're given in each level, and once you've positioned them, you can stretch them across an open area and expand them so your character can move toward the exit. Often you'll need to build, move, tear down, and then rebuild a couple times, or shuffle the different decks around in order to reach your goal. Each new area introduces a new deck to use, like the peaked roof houses that allow you to walk up a level, or new environmental hazards like clouds that need to be weighed down. There are over 50 levels and I'm probably about halfway through the game, but this is one that I'm looking forward to finishing sometime this week. You can play Where Cards Fall on PC via Steam and Epic Games, on Nintendo Switch and Apple Arcade. I want to wrap up the games coming this week with one that I've really been enjoying for the past several days and really blew me out of the water, Treasures of the Aegean. Now before I get to this, I'll be talking about one more game after coming sometime in the future, just to put on your radar if you haven't already seen it announced, so be sure to stick around. Again, Treasures of the Aegean was one that I highlighted in my top 10 of November, but I was basing it mostly on the artistic style personally, but man, the gameplay is just so smooth and addicting. You play as Marie, a parkour master in search of the lost treasures of the Minoan civilization, and her colleague James Andrews helping behind the scenes to translate certain paintings and writings, and share the significance of the many artifacts you'll find and collect. This is a time loop game, and your loop will get longer with each artifact you collect, ranging up to a little over 20 minutes per run later on. During this time, you'll be filling in missing sections of the map, restoring gems to the temples of the gods to gain slight power-ups, and working to unlock Minos' tomb before it's too late. And as you collect artifacts and unlock more of the map, you'll learn more about Marie and Andrew in the present day too in cutscenes between the runs. It's a wonderful loop system, and it hooked me within the first hour and didn't let me go. The gradual map discovery reminds me of Hollow Knight, but with even more symbols at your disposal to remember key areas and events, and the platforming is very challenging at times to reach the most valuable artifacts. I'm not lying guys, I spent 6 hours playing this in one day, and I'm dying to finish it out soon. This is definitely one not to miss if you enjoy a good treasure hunting tale and great platforming, and you can play it beginning November 11th on PC, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStations 4 and 5. One of my favorite stories of all time is Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth, where the protagonists find a subterranean world full of life, gargantuan and dangerous, but breathtaking all the same. Our last game, Blind Descent, set for early access release sometime in 2022, follows a similar premise, but your characters discover a hidden world below the surface of Mars. You and your team, yes, there's co-op for up to 4, have been sent to retrieve a pioneer team that went missing, and on your way down your elevator crashes and you're left stranded to fight for your life and find a way out. You'll need to craft tools and shelter to protect yourself from the harsh weather and cruel creatures of this new world, find an energy source, and attempt to make it back to your home civilization on the surface. If you love first-person survival experiences like Subnautica, or Valheim with its multiplayer exploration too, Blind Descent is definitely one to keep on your radar for next year. Mars is a pretty well-explored area in video games, I feel, but I like the premise of going below the surface and exploring the beautiful world which lies there. I've linked to the Steam page in the description, and I'll leave a link to the developer's Twitter too so you can follow along for more updates as development continues and a release date creeps closer. Check out this video on the left for another one of my favorite games this year, or watch the playlist on the right for 10 great indie games from every month. See you on the other side.